Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing well and good. Welcome to another episode of Swahili Girl Leads or Swahili Girl Talks. Actually, Swahili Girl Talks. Swahili Girl Leads is actually my website. You can check it out. Swahili Girl with a U, leads.com. I have so many things there. I have blog posts, whatever it is you need. Your girl got you. But Swahili Girl Talks is my series where I talk about different things that really affect us on our day-to-day life. So today we are going to talk about mental health. One of the things that I preach about every day. Like, you can wake me up at night and I will tell you about mental health. And I take pride in that because there's no health without mental health. Don't forget that. So mental health is something so important that we need to talk about it, we need to address it, and also we need to acknowledge. Sorry guys, I'm outside so you can hear the crows. We need to address it. Why do we need to address it? Because when you get disoriented, when you get thrown off your balance, you get affected with your productivity, whether or not you're doing a business, you're at work, whatever it is you're doing, it gets affected. Number two, if we don't really acknowledge that mental health exists, if we don't acknowledge that we suffer from different mental health challenges, we are not going to be able to live progressive lives. What do I mean by that? We'll be living delusional lives because we'll be thinking, oh, mental health does not affect me because, I'm African. There is that statement where most people think mental health does not affect Africans. Sorry to burst your bubble, but mental health affects everyone, just like physical health, just like coughs, flu, fever, and everything else. Mental health is also part of a condition that most of us actually experience, if not all of us. And so I think it's very important for us to talk about it. One, so that we can break the stereotypes around it, because the stereotypes that are there are too many. Yeah, there are too many stereotypes, and that kind of affects different things and different aspects in our lives. I mean, COVID-19 unfortunately has shown us the need to actually address mental health. Why? Because we are living in not normal situations, and that tends to affect people's minds. So you're finding out their issues on their suicide cases have risen, people with anxiety, like it's on the roof. You find there's a lot of gender-based violence, sexual-based violence. There's a lot of rape cases. There's a lot of killings. I mean, it's a lot. And as much as we want to get to the bottom of it, the truth of the matter is, it is our mental health. It is our mental health that are being challenged. And that's because we are so used to always putting things under the carpet or really running away from what needs to be addressed, that we end up building up things. So now that COVID is here, new normal is here, we are like a Coca-Cola bottle that has been shaken. Boom! It's exploding. And so, before we go deeper, what is mental health? I always like to tell people mental health is divided into two. You have the mental illness aspect of it, and you have the mental wellness aspect of it. Mental illness aspect of it, you have schizophrenia, you have bipolar, you have depression, all these different conditions that are there at all. And then you have the mental wellness aspect of it. So the mental wellness aspect of it, I always like saying that emotional intelligence is also here, but you have to practice self-love, you have to practice grounding, you have to practice affirmation. Really, mental wellness is taking care of your mind, the well-being of your mind, the well-being of your space, the well-being of what you do. I mean, it's all about you. And most of the time, because of how life is going so vast, most of us don't really take care of our mental wellness because we feel like, we have time, we're going to have time to take care of ourselves right now. Let's go get the bag. You cannot secure the bag if this mind up here is not okay. And so today I just want to talk one-to-one. Let's talk about it. I won't talk about mental illness as a whole because I am not a professional. However, I will bring somebody to talk to us about it. I will talk about mental health as a whole and mental wellness. So, this stereotype around Africans do not experience mental health issues is supposed to go. Most of the times, even in our cultural backgrounds, you'll be like, I'm challenged mental health. Why? My mental health is challenged. I don't feel okay. Wewe tu wataka kukimbia responsibilities. Basically that means like you just want to run away from responsibilities. Just soma Quran and you'll be fine. Yes, prayer helps a lot, but there's some people who need medicine, some people who need professionals. So we have to. This stereotype people are saying mental health does not affect Africans is a lie. Africans, we're human beings. Africans, we have a brain, so mental health is real and it affects us all. So what do we need to do? We need to advocate more on it, more on the awareness bit of it. I know, mental health has become such a trend and a lot of people are just jumping on the wagon because I'm like, I talk about mental health, so you need to talk about it too. Let's come up with programs for mental health and this and that. It's okay. You want to jump on the trend, anything that can actually just get the conversation going. But you need to be very careful when you're dealing with mental health topics because there are people who actually need help. So be smart enough. And to those who feel the need to talk about mental health, let's talk about it more. How? Let's come out and say, I have anxiety issues, I have depression, I have this. It's all about talking. It's all about acknowledging to other people that I too have issues and I need help. I always say it's okay not to be okay. It's really okay. It's okay if you have anxiety issues. I have anxiety issues, let me tell you. In fact, I don't even know. Sometimes they just come out of nowhere and I become a train wreck. But you know what? I take care of my mental wellness so much that I'm able to identify when I'm getting an attack. So it's the same thing. Let's talk about it more. Don't be shy about it. Also, don't mock somebody who has mental health issues because you never know when it's your time. Why do I say this? Because I see some people mocking other people who have depression or other people who have mental health issues because they feel like, she's lying or he's lying or, they just want attention, but really nothing's going on. Wait. Don't do that because just like physical health, and I'm saying this again, just like physical health, mental health is also important. And so we need to address the issue by acknowledging we're going through these things. Number 2, we need to address the issue because we are all we got. Number 3, because it is okay not to be okay. And number 4, because while we are fighting a pandemic, there's another pandemic that is actually unfolding, which is mental health. And if we don't harness it, if we don't talk about it, and if we don't acknowledge the challenges we're having, trust me, we are going to really suffer as we keep going on. Then let's talk about mental wellness. You know how people say, I have so much time, let me first make money and then after that I will take care of myself. Time waits for no man. So we need to start practicing self-love. You need to start practicing grounding yourself. Honestly, you need to start having boundaries in your life. You need to start being unapologetic with your time, and you need to start just being fearless about things or people. Why? Because a lot of times we tend to stop taking care of our mental wellness because we feel like, oh my God, what will they say? Oh my God, what will they think? Or oh my God, I don't have time. You always have time. You have time to affirm yourself. You have time to check in with yourself. You have time to have conversations with yourself. You have time to pamper yourself. You have time to take yourself out. We always have time. What we don't have time to do is we don't have time to waste because of having a busy schedule to take care of our mental wellness. It is very important. And I'm not talking about taking yourself to expensive spas or anything. No, it can be even having a cup of tea at 4 and just sitting outside and listening to someone scrubbing the floor, or listening to the birds singing, or listening to the traffic. I mean, it is a lot. So you need to just start going on, and you need to start taking care of yourself, and you need to start being selfish with your time. I mean, one thing I can tell you about practicing your mental wellness is acknowledging and creating boundaries, because human beings, we have a tendency of overstepping those boundaries, or we have a tendency of ignoring boundaries. So what you need to do is you need to look at those boundaries, you need to invest in your boundaries, and you need to invest in yourself, because your mental health matters a lot. And if you don't take care of it today, Nobody will. And so this is just random conversations we're having on mental health, but I do want to say something is that whoever is suffering from mental health issues or disorders, you're not alone. We are together. It's okay not to be okay. Seek help if you can, and if you can't, look for somebody to talk to help you harness your issue or to just help you release the tension, because it's tough times. Times are tough. But you know, as they say, tough times don't last, tough people do, and I do believe in that. But we need to really acknowledge that mental health is a very, very serious issue. We need to talk about it, and we need to just be unapologetic with whatever it is that we want to do, because that's the only way you can protect yourself. I always like to give an example like this. Our brains are like a computer can burn out, the hardware can burn out. So your brain can also burn out, and your brain can feel tired, and when it does, it will not be functional. So what you need to do, you need to take a break, and you need to say no, or yes, no, yes, and you need to keep going on. And to those who feel like mental health is like a trend, it's okay, you're helping us create awareness for the cause, but I would like for you all to take time to learn more about mental health, to learn more about mental illness, and to learn more about how to harness your mental wellness, so that we are able to have progressive conversations, we are able to have conversations that are necessary, and so that we are able to help someone today. Also, COVID-19 is very hard, so be kind to the person next to you, be kind to the people next to you. I mean, gone are the days where you say you don't like someone. I mean, if you don't like someone, please reflect. There must be something wrong with you. And I just want to say, like, just be kind and be aware, live in the moment, and acknowledge when you're not okay, and acknowledge the things that you need to do and change. So have a good one, and see you next time. Kwaheri.